All right, we are back. So this is 4.2 part 2. I should be able to finish this out this go round. I was originally hoping to get them done in I was thinking about getting 4.1, well, 4.2 and 4.3 done in one go. And maybe 4.4, but yeah, I'm looking at these quest lines. I'm going to have to break them down into two. At least for YouTube. I don't want to have to upload like a 2, 3 hour video just to get this one, just to get the patches done. I think the last like 4.5 and 4.56 will probably be done in maybe 3 parts in total. We'll see. Anyway, let's see what's going on. While you were out searching for the captain, we received word from our shinobi allies. The Imperial ship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Fulminus. I mean to go there to ascertain their intent. If we ride out in the forest, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yogiri, Yo, Yogiri, Yugiri Sapphire, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Of course. This story's all about me. Why not? Alize and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We would be glad. We would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Hakuda, I believe. Then I bid you seek him out and insist maintain order in the enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well. We shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? Isn't it obvious? The Empire may well be after Yotsuri. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. Obviously. As you wish. Pray stay close to Sapphire and Yugiri. It sounds like I'm saying Yigiri. Well, well. Guard duty was, and not a breath of protest. Now I've seen it all. To Castrum Fulminus, then. Let's find out what the Empire's end game is. This is actually really beautiful, the fact that I have the Phoenix And it's sunset. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view any moment. Let us wait inside the castrum. I'm almost waiting for another duty.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Doman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
I'm not a fan of the Garlean look of things. Who are these people?
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sus Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady.
He kind of scares me. Something about him. I don't know.
It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Dorma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
I feel like this is a front.
Gladly, my lord.
This is a front. It's gotta be. Something about this is off. I'm pretty sure this is a front. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yigity, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see what the ferries are ready. I don't like being sleepy playing this. Like, I get comfortable. Like, there are times I get, like, really comfortable and I'm just like, okay, and then I've actually fallen asleep while playing this. Same thing with Star Wars. I've done that as well. Barrel. Lord, he and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you're ready, speak to the boatman and join us on the other side. Okay. Ah, yes, where we had one of our battles with Xenos. Wait a minute. Was this the... I thought this was in absolute ruins last time we were here. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Because I don't remember an Aetherite. Yeah, that's cool. There you are, Sapphire. So, first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. Understatement. We even have an Aetherite now, courtesy of the Onishishu. Be sure and attune to it. Already have. Once it was the Warrior of Light seal of approval. Once it has a Warrior of Light seal of approval, people may actually start using the thing. But on the matter at hand, the ambassador and his retinue are in my hall. taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alfino and Alizé will be there as well. You only need to eat, drink, and look imposing. Wow, okay. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me in my humble abode, the Kiankan. The guardsman will show you in. Lord Hean is inspecting you. May I show you in?
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Dorma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgin's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe, and I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsuya? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't quite know what to make of it. But on the surface, the prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is can they be trusted? They had not to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador mentions Yotsuno left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk piece uncannily like a length of preamble. You think this might be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Yeah, quite possibly. Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuno may have been their active vassal, but she's not Garlean, not even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Yeah, that tracks. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much of a bargaining piece. Alfino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on the matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. When the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed, though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. Oh, jeez. Are they talking about me and Alize? Yeah. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Sapphire. Let's leave Alfino to dispense his copious knowledge. Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on, keep Alize company. We're safe enough for now. I forget if I had his hair this long. I'm gonna have to go back and check and see if his hair was this long at the start of Stormblood, which I don't think it was. I think it was shorter. It was a little shorter than this. It was the... Yeah, because he kind of had that little pump kind of feel going at the start of Stormblood, I think. Yeah, I'll look at it later and see. Alize? Let us talk. A chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Sapphire. Though no weapons were drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So, we're left with some eternal question. Why do I prattle on? Do I want the stake? Yakitori. I really don't want to break this up into a longer set, but I am actually exhausted. And this is going to be a long cutscene, but it's also a... I'm slightly cheating because I'm also looking at the wiki for this.
Thanks everyone, we'll chat on Monday.
I hate that. Alright, for want of better suggestion, What say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear hear how the people are faring in their own words. Let me miss here. Stop for a moment, if you would. Igiri and Asahi. Was it? You have some business with Sapphire? Business? No. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words of the Flame Slayer of the Gods and Champion of Eorzea. It's truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration, one could almost forget that you were an envoy to the Empire. Uh, is it so strange? We may have stood on opposite sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my potential. This is my helmet? What? It would be remiss for me not to at least thank him for containing the threat possessed by the Koji's icon. Now, if I may continue as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Uguri is of certain jovial escort, the excursion would be all more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? In that case, I will join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yangxia. Might we start at the town of Monzin? I would like to see has become of Doma Castle. Very well, if you follow me. I say what, 3 stops, and by the 3rd stop we hit a battle? Okay, hold up. Where are we? Okay, that's why. Got it. Let's go there, we'll fly. Because if I remember correctly, the other location, the house is just like... I was gonna say, I'm like, why is there no audio happening yet? Where is everybody? Nay, can this truly be Monzen, the home of the cream of Doma Samurai? I had heard that Yotsuru intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to increase the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. See, this is what I was thinking was where we were. It is a travesty. A travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, I would swear it was set aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularist. The needs of our people must, of course, come first. Speaking of which, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey here, if I am not mistaken. By river, yes. If you follow me, I will ready our boat. We gotta go by boat? Very well then. Yeah, I'm not doing the fate right now. No, thank you. Ah, there's the duty. And there's the, Doman Castle. Ready to cast off. I can do this. I can do this. What are we fighting?
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble. Are you all right?
Hi.
I remember this kid.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
This should help with that. That way he's not too far from me, and I can still protect him.
The art of my forebears.
Uh-oh. I think we'll be okay. I think we're good. Yay!
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without. But if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong? I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceful circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and a few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least a few who live to tell the tale. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord? But what of Namai? You seem eager to observe the villagers doing their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in Imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to you three, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would have, and with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. I get why people are like, it fills off, we don't like it, we don't trust it. Yeah, I get it. Look at this, I might be level 75 by the time I start Shadowbringers. I'll be halfway through my level of Shadowbringers, and I'm like, yay! I realize I need a barding for my chocobo. Ah, okay. I'm like, where am I going? And we come in for a very sharp landing. Back to the Doman Enclave. Well, I will admit that that duty woke me up, so I am wide awake. A little tired, but so far so good. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray, go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain and keep watch over our guests. Well, we best not keep him waiting. But I gather your time is well spent until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report. However, I must rely on you to supply details, so please tell us how it all unfolded. The Red Kojin, here. Have there been any such incidents since the liberation? Not that I'm aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yangxia, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Sasai truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he is saying. In the time I've known you, you've always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? He might be. How I would love to believe that. An ally within the Empire could change everything. It could give us a real chance at peace. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game, for now at least. Well, for swearing summoning, should simply be enough, considering you never dabble in it in the first place, which leaves the somewhat thornier question, how to police the Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in Kojin's vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of aether, making them subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of aether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they want to collect. For this, I'm planning to list the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I'm quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to summon Susanoo. What of the prisoners? They'll be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there is aught we can do to help the populace garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Will you all come with me? Of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put right, one which weighs heavily on my mind. Oh? And pray tell, what would that be? She's still eating the donga.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade.
That actually makes sense
So I
considering what
suppose
we
if
saw
he and Yotsuyu
earlier.
are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango. How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
Forgive me, my lord, but has he not gone over long? Calm yourself, Kosetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. A part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that, but alas, it is as you say. See, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I'm a stranger to her. That much is clear to me from a single look. I leave her in your care. As you wish. Now, if you'll excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear our agreement. Of that, I have no doubt. It's just something about him bothers me. As for an exchange itself, once I've obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yangxia. This will take time, of course. I don't know, something about him. Of course, may rest assured your soldiers will be cared for until your return. We will also be taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one more matter. I am informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing two young domans from a band of Kojin's sellswords. I've yet had the time to thank you properly. Please, there was no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kujin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, these children would not have need saving. The people of Doman have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Kosetsu, as before, I leave Yotsuru to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let us treat Asai to a proper farewell. Something's gonna happen in these last minutes. Like, this seems too much of a pretty bow to tie everything off. The ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Fulminus. Let us be off.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha. Mark me, savior of the savages.
Knew
There
it.
will be a reckoning.
Knew it. This was going too well. It was going too well.
Nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy.
This has got to be Xenos, because this has got to be a flashback. Well, it's a flashback. Yep, I thought so. I'm like, this has got to be Xenos, because this is a flashback. Okay, so what's this guy's connection with Xenos?
Reinforcements? No, just one. Cut him down!
Oh, I wonder. Was this before we had our battle with Xenos? Like, was this like our second battle? Like, was this right before our second battle?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
Also, why is Xenos so tall?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne.
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Oh, this is well before that. Okay.
Is that what they say?
This is well before my battle with Xenos.
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the crown bloody prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos.
Oh, somebody's got a man crush hard.
Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me. Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire. My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance. I I will cherish this moment. Lock it away within my heart. Until the day we meet again.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
Of all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Yugiri. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
Oh, the look on her face! It makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up pretense for so long, only to drop it right before the very end? Perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, 'tis possible emotion simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the man who slew his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance and the Garleman prisoners made ready for the exchange. But you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of the exchange draws near, we will call for you. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on hand to play our part. Either defend Doma or help usher a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yotsuru's amnesia and Asai's dubious agenda, I'd say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, if anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through the sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane then. Tataru and the others must know what transpired here. And you owe Tataru money. Alfie. Okay, back to Kugane. So we are in the middle of post-stormblood. As per usual, thank you for coming out and watching. Oh, nice. Oh, what pants are those? Greetings, sir. Yes. Let me into the bazaar. Alright, Hancock. My, it seems you've all had... You're in quite a predicament. We should have received any... Should we receive any urgent missives from Doma? Rest assured you'll be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We're discussing ideas of replenishing our coffers, but I suppose that can wait until... That can wait if any urgent news should come through the office. Alright, Tataru, let him have it. About that. I want to apologize, Tataru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without consulting you first. You may be certain, however, I have the means to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my own personal funds. That's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Sarabon's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Sapphire should have no difficulty wiping the red. Why me? Forgive me, Sapphire. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles onto you. I swear I'll pay you back. You better. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value, knowledge can be gathered in abundance. To start, I plan to invest the divisions forming within the Empire. Maybe Ryle and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we know of Asai's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance that lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice do we have but to try? Lord Hien had the right of it. Asai may be very well a monster, but we must play his game for now. Wait, striking? Maiming. Okay. There's probably another cutscene right here. Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan. Oh no, she's gonna get her memory back. Or is she...
You truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
Oh no.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, I don't like it.
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
Uh-oh, Xenos is back. I can only imagine people's reactions at that cutscene. Alright, and that will end 4.2 of Stormblood. One more patch and we'll be on the road to Shadowbringers. And of course, until then, be good to yourself, be good to others, and always stay true to you. Laters.